Hello, everyone, and welcome to my session, or actually my mini project 2, I should say. This week we will be working on basically conducting a AI workflow platform using basic AI-powered finance or personal finance tools. We want to keep it simple and make it useful at the same time. So what I did was I built an AI tool with the N8N workflow using this video, and basically I built something and learned I can build, an AI tool that helps with finance. So pick a pain point. What financial calculation annoys you? For me, the one that I wish I had when doing homework was the buy versus sell calculator. That was pretty hard and a little difficult to understand, to be honest. So I wish that would have been available. So I have a you know example that I want to go through. With the simplest helpful version, start with one calculation and make it user friendly, as I did, and explain it clearly with practical context, so on and so forth. So what I did was I have an AI agent, uh, you know, replies back when chat messages are received, using the AI model OpenAI chat, as it was a lot simpler to use than Google Gemini. Couldn't really get the API function figured out, so I just went with OpenAI. I have simple memory, and I have for my entry Google Sheets, it's linked for our buy versus sell calculator. So in order to test this, I created a prompt and deployed it in my AI OpenAI chat. So what did I say? I said, well, first I guess I should show you my response. This is how my sheet is set up. This will be filled in as I work through my example. As you saw right there, was already filled in when I worked through it, but explain it. So, what is your question? The question is, I'm trying to decide whether it makes more financial sense to buy or rent a home. The home considered costs $280,000, and I would make a 10% down payment with a 30-year mortgage, an interest rate of 6.5. The property tax is about 1.2. The home's value per year. Home insurance costs $1,200 per year, and I expect to spend around 1% of the home's value each year on maintenance. I estimate the home will appreciate by 3 years annually. On the other hand, if I rent, I would pay $2,000 per month, with rent increasing about 3% each year. If I rent instead of buying, I plan to invest my down payment and expect an annual return of 5%. I plan to stay in the home for or rent for about 7 years and watch sell the home at that point if I buy. Based on these details, I'd like to know which option, buying or renting, will leave me better off financially after 7 years, and by how much. Answer this and log the answers into the Google Sheets and then give a final recommendation. So this says buying the home is financially better by about $33,000 over 7 years, considering mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, maintenance, home appreciation, investment growth, and down payment. And it gives a final recommendation. I guess I have already ran this. I added 6 entries into my sheet. And these entries are listed below. I have home price, down payment, loan amount, loan term in years, interest rate, monthly mortgage payment, for rent if applicable, maintenance if applicable, home insurance, property taxes if applicable. And what do we have so far? So for our renting or for our buying situation, we have a mortgage payment of $2,281. $2,000 if we're renting. This is going to be monthly. For maintenance, this is only for buyer, of course. Actually, fill this in. So for buy, we have a mortgage payment, of course, rent is gonna be $2,000. The maintenance is annually for the buy. Financial compensation after 7 years or so for the net cost. If you buy, it's gonna be about $91,000, $296. And if you want to rent it, it's actually gonna be a whopping $124,813. Loan amount not needed. Loan term is gonna be 30 years for both rent and buy. The interest rate is gonna be 6.5 or something. I'm just trying to fill this in real quick. Oh my goodness, I apologize. Just wanted to fill these in. So finder is gonna be for the buy, 4,500. It's gonna be for property taxes for buy, of course. Mortgage was about 6.5%. Interest rate. Investment is gonna be 5%. So that's gonna be leaving us at $2,221.91 for a buy versus $2,000 plus 3% for each year for the rent. So starting at $2,000 and then $3,800 for maintenance, of course. 120 $1,220 per year for buy, of course, and $4,560 for the buy. So as you can see, I basically essentially budgeted my buy options versus my rent options, and weighed and compared them. Comparing their dollar amounts, you know, interest rates, loan terms, and so on and so forth. And so finally, it says the final recommendation is to buy the home that is financially advantageous choice for a 7-year plan. So in the given conditions, it helps build equity and saves money compared to renting. However, consider your personal preferences and stability while making your financial decisions. So this AI agent helped me, basically break down a buy versus rent circumstance and broke it down into simple factors to be able to solve this question very thoroughly. Something I learned throughout this was being able to incorporate AI with computing programs such as Excel or Google Sheets to create, essentially a cost, budget cost breakdown table for you. This is very helpful. It's good in financial situations. It's a good financial tool. I really like how AI, you know, if you're using the driver framework and incorporating it with these systems, it really enhances your understanding of better financial choices for sure. And I just want to conclude my video. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate everything. And see you guys in the next video. Thank you.